In the earlier video, we have done that Modi method, but we have not done it completely. We have done the case when there is no loop to be drawn, when we get the answer in the very first step. But in this video, we are concentrating more on when we do not get the answer at the first step and we need to modify our answer to get the minimum cost. That is when the loop has to be drawn. So this will complete Modi method today. Okay, so we are doing the Modi method with loop case, right? See, in exams it will not be written that it is a case of loop or it is not a case of loop. You have to apply the procedure simply as I will explain it. You will came to know that this is a question to be done with loop or without loop. This you will came to know when you understand this method, right? So let us come to the question. The question is minimize the cost in the following transportation problem. They ask you to find out the initial solution using VAM and optimal solution by Modi method. Okay, so this is the cost table given to you. We have 4 destinations, D1, D2, D3 and D4, and we have these 3 sources A, B, C, and this is the corresponding supply of these sources A, B, C. A has the supply of 1000, B has the supply of 700, C has the supply of 900, and these are the demand values given to us. Each destination's demand is given to us in the question, right? So we have to solve this transportation problem and we have to find out its minimum cost this time, right? So let us start with the question. As usual, we will first check whether the problem is balanced or not. For that, we will calculate the total of supply. See, the total of supply is the total of these values, 1000 plus 700 plus 900. This comes out to be 2600. Then we have to take the total of demand. The total of demand is this one, 900 plus 800 plus 500 plus 400. So this is the total of demand. So once we take the total of supply and demand, we came to know that they are equal. So it means the problem is balanced. It means that we can apply various algorithm of transportation problem. So we will first find out the initial solution by VAM as I explained it in the previous videos. So we will first make a table. We will copy down the question. You all know that in VAM we have the column of penalty here and we have another column of penalty here, right? So if you can recall, penalties are calculated by taking the difference of minimum and next minimum in each row and each column. So let us come to the first row A. The minimum is 2. The next minimum, see there are 2, 2 and 2 and 4. So if we have availability of the next minimum, we will take that. So minimum is 2 and next minimum is 4. So my minimum comes, difference comes out to be 4 minus 2, that is equal to 2. So my penalty will be 2 here. Okay. So come to the next row B. The minimum is 3. The next minimum is 4. So my difference is 1. Come to the third row C. Minimum is 0 and the next minimum is 1. So the difference is 1. So penalty will be 1. Now come to the first column. Minimum is 2, next minimum is 3, so the difference is 1. The minimum is 2, the next minimum is 6, so the difference is 4. Minimum is 1 in the third row D3. Minimum is 1, next minimum is 2, so the difference is 1. Come to D4, minimum is 0, next minimum is 3, so I will take the difference as 3. 3 minus 0, 3. So after finding all the penalties, whatever penalties we find out, choose the largest penalty, right? So out of these penalties which I have written with blue color, you have to choose the largest one. The largest one is this 4 here. So I will be moving in this column, okay, in the column of D2. Now in the column of D2, look at these cost values. Amongst these cost values, choose the smallest one. See, I am having this 2 and this 2 as minimum. Now which one should I select here? I will see what will come in the circle here, what will come in the circle here. Whichever will give me the largest number in the circle, I will select that. Okay. So if I make my entry in this upper 2, Look for the corresponding demand and supply here. See, the supply corresponding to this is 1000 and the demand corresponding to this is 800. So minimum of the two, 800 and 1000. So 800 will come in the circle here, right? Because minimum of 800 and 1000 is 800, right? Now come to the another two. Suppose I look at this two, just see what comes in the circle here. See, the corresponding demand is 800 and the corresponding supply is 900. Take the smallest of the two, 800. So in both cases we get 800 as minimum, right? So we can select any of the two. Suppose I get 800 and another we get 900, so we will select that 900. Okay, so since we are getting the same value in both the two, suppose I am taking this. If anybody takes here, that is also very much correct, because if it is a tie, you can select any of the two, right? So this is my first entry. Since I have selected this 800 from here, just cross it, okay, because I no longer require it, and take the difference on the other side. 1000 minus 800 equal to 200. So 200 supply is left now for A, right? Now repeat the procedure. Again calculate the penalty. Since I have vertically cut it, so the changes will come parallel. So here the penalties will get changed. Now take the minimum of the cost elements in row A. See, 2, 2 and 4. So minimum is 2, next minimum is 4. Take the difference, I get 2. Come to B. I have cost element as 4, 4 and this 3. Take the difference of minimum and next minimum, 3 and 4. 4 minus 3, 1. Now come to the row C. Here the minimum is this 0 and the next minimum is 1. Take the difference. It is coming out to be 1. So my new penalties are being calculated. Now I will take the largest penalty. See, these penalties will remain unchanged. So I am writing it as it is. So now my new penalties are 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1. Select the largest. The largest is 3. So I will be moving in this column of D4. Now come to D4. Look for the cost elements of D4. D4 has cost elements 4, 3 and 0. Look for the minimum cost cell. My minimum cost cell is this 0. So I will make a circle over here. Okay. So my entry will come in this 0 now. Look for the corresponding supply of this circle, 900, and look for the corresponding demand here. It is 400. So choose the minimum. So 400 has to be selected. Okay. So I select this 400. Since I have selected this 400 from here, I will cross it and take the difference here. Okay. So this is my second entry. Okay. Now we will proceed to the third entry. So since I cut it vertically, I will again change my penalties parallel to it. That is, the penalties of A, B and C will change now. Okay. So now come to the first row of A. Here the minimum is 2. The next minimum is again 2. So now I have no option left. I have to take it 0. Right. Now come to B. I have 4 and 4 as minimum. So nothing is being left with me. I have to take it as 0. Okay, now come to C. The minimum is 3. Minimum is 1. Next minimum is 3. So the difference comes out to be 2. Right? So out of these penalties now, these will not change. Okay. So out of these penalties, 0, 0, 2, 1 and 1. Maximum is this 2. So I have to move in the row of C. Come to this C. Come to this 0. I have two cost element 1 and 3. I have to choose the minimum. See, I have to choose the minimum in each case. The only thing is penalty we choose the largest. Otherwise we always need to have minimum. Okay, so my entry will come in this 1. Look for the corresponding demand of this. It is 500. Look for the corresponding supply of this. It is also 500. So I can select it from anywhere. Suppose I take like this. And suppose I take it from this row side. Okay, so I will cut it like this and take the difference as 0 here, right? So this is my third entry. Okay, now for fourth entry we will first calculate penalties again. So my penalty will be, I have cut it horizontally, so the changes will come down here. The penalties will change for D1 and D3 now. In D1 the minimum is 2, the next minimum is 4, so the difference is 2. Come to D3, minimum is 2, next minimum is 4, so the difference is again 2. So out of 2, 2, 0 and 0, choose the largest penalty. Penalty we have to choose the largest one. Suppose I move according to this 2, then where I should make my entry? Move along this 2. I will see that in the column of D1 the minimum cost cell is this 2, right? What is the entry corresponding to that? See, the demand corresponding to this is 900 and the supply corresponding to this is 200. So 200 should come in the circle. And if I take this 2 and move according to this, then I should make my entry here in this 2, because this is the minimum cost cell. What should come here? See, the demand corresponding to this is 0 and the supply corresponding to this is 200. So the entry will be 0 here. So here the entry is 200, here the entry is 0. I cannot make the simultaneous entries, दोनों नहीं ले सकते हैं. That's why what we have to do is we have to choose the largest one, which is giving me the largest number in the circle. So I am going to select that. So that largest number I am getting here. So I will choose this one, right? Okay, so this is the largest entry here. So since I have taken this 200 from here, so I will cross it like this and take the difference on the other side. Okay, 900 minus 200, that is 700, right? Since I give a horizontal cut, so the parallel changes will come. Now the penalties will change again on the bottom side, right? See, only one cell is left, so the penalty will be 4 here and the penalty will be 4 here. Now out of the 4, 4 and 0, the penalty is left. Choose the largest one. Okay, suppose I take this 4, then I will make my entry here. Okay, suppose I take this 4, then my entry will come here, and what will come in the circle? See, 700 is the demand and 700 is the supply. So 700 will come here, and if I move according to this 4, then my entry will come here. Here it is 0 in the demand and 700 in the supply. So we will take the maximum one. Okay, so we will take the maximum one. So we won't consider this one and we will go in this 700, right? Let me erase it. Okay, so my entry will be here because I always want the maximum number to be in the circle. Okay, so 700 is the entry that I selected from here, suppose. So I take the difference as 0 here. Okay, now only one cell is left, so I will mark here. See, 0 is the demand for this cell and 0 is the supply for this cell. You all can see there. See, 0 is the supply and 0 is the demand. So finally we have to put 0 here. If we get the same number for the last cell in the demand and supply, my answer is correct. So this is the solution by Vogel's approximation method, right? This is we have calculated the initial solution by Vogel's approximation method. One thing to be noted here is that in one of the circle we are getting 0. It means that the solution is degenerate. I told you the meaning of degeneracy. Degeneracy means if one of the basic cell, one or more of the basic cell is 0. So we can write down the solution is degenerate because one of the basic cell is 0. Basic cell means this circle, one of the basic cell is 0. So this is only for your observation, right? Now calculate the cost. 2 into 200 plus 2 into 800 plus 4 into 700. You all know how to calculate the cost, plus 1 into 500 plus 0 into 400. So all of you can calculate this cost and get the cost how much we are getting. Okay, so this you all can calculate now. Okay, now what we have to do, I do not know whether this this is an optimal solution or not. I do not know. So I need to check whether the solution obtained by this method is optimal or not. For that we need to calculate, for that we need to apply Modi method over this. Okay, so the cost is coming out to be 5300 here. Now we apply Modi method. See, for applying Modi method, what you do is you copy down this question again. No need to copy down demand and supply, no need to copy down the penalties. You just need to copy down the cost values here and these circles. Okay, so I make the table again like this. Okay, since I am going to apply Modi method here, I will write down Modi. Okay, and copy down these circles, 200, 800, 700. So 200, 800, 700. Whatever solution the VAM gives us, we write down the circles here. Okay, circles are my answer. 4, 0. Now 500 and 400. So I need to copy down all these circles. This you all know that we have done it in the last lecture also. Okay, now make two columns, say UI here and VJ here. If you write down UI on the row side and VJ on the column side, that is also very much okay. Okay, now put a 0 anywhere, wherever you find maximum number of circles, put a 0 corresponding to that. Suppose I put my 0 here. Okay, then I told you the formula in the last video that Cij is equal to UI plus VJ. Cij is equal to UI, I will write it again. Cij is equal to UI plus VJ for basic cells. Okay, so what we have to do it, we have to move over the basic cells only. Basic cells means circles. So come to this first circle of 200 here. Okay, for this 200, Cij is this 2 and UI is this. See, the corresponding UI is this 0. So 2 minus 0, 2. So the corresponding VJ is 2. So I write down below this. See the corresponding VJ of this cell. This is 2. 2 minus 0, 2. Cij minus UI gives you VJ. Right? Now come to the another circle. Okay. So come to this circle of 800 now. See, for this 800, the Cij is this 2 and the corresponding UI is this 0. Okay, so 2 minus 0, 2. This is the VJ of D2. So D2, VJ of D2 I will be writing here. Okay, below D2. Okay, so this is how we calculate the VJ of D2. Now come to another cell, basic cells. Suppose I come to this 700. For this 700, Cij is 4. UI I don't have, but I have this VJ. Corresponding to this 700, I have this VJ. That is equal to 2. So 4 minus 2, 2. That is my UI for this 700. Okay, so I write down it here, 2 corresponding VJs. Okay, now come to another basic cell. Suppose I come to this 0 here. Okay, this 0, the Cij is 4, the corresponding UI is this 2. So 4 minus 2, 2. Okay, so I write down 2 here. Okay, so now come to this 500. For this 500, Cij is this 1, VJ is this 2. So 1 minus 2 minus 1. So I will be writing down minus 1 here. Okay, so this is the corresponding VJ. Okay, so now come to this 400. For this 400, 0 is the Cij, UI corresponding is minus 1. So 0 minus minus 1 will be 1. So 1 is the corresponding VJ for this 400. This is how we calculate all our UIs and VJs. Right? Now we will be calculating delta Ij. The formula for delta Ij is Cij minus UI minus VJ for non-basic cells. Okay, so we will be calculating this now. For that I told you that for all the non-basic cells, first of all make a block like this, right? So all of you make a block like this first. Now we will be calculating Cij here, right? See how we have to calculate. See delta Ij. So come to this D3 cell. cell of this D3 2. Okay, so Cij is 2 minus the corresponding Ui is this one, this 0, minus corresponding Vj is this 2, this 2. Okay, so 2 minus 0 minus 2. Okay, so it is 0, so I will put up a 0 over here, right? Now come to this cell 4. The Cij is 4 minus the corresponding Ui is this 0, the corresponding Vj is this 1. So 4 minus 0 minus 1. This will give me 4 minus 1, that is 3. Okay, so I will write down 3 here. Okay, now come here. Come to this 6. This 6. Okay, Cij is 6 minus the corresponding Ui is 2 and the corresponding Cj is also, Vj is also 2. So 6 minus 4, that is my 2 here, right? Now come to this 2 here. Oh sorry, this 3. Okay, this 3. So 3 minus this 2 minus this 1. So 3 minus 3, this is my 0. Okay, 3, let me check again. 3 minus 2 1 minus 1 0, right. Now come to this 3. Okay, so 3 minus minus 1, 4 minus 2, 2, right? Now come to this 2, 2 minus minus 1. So this will become 3, 3 minus 2, 1. So my all delta ij came out to be greater than 0 here. So I think this is the optimal solution we get here. So there is no need to draw the loop here. By chance it came out to be like this. I just thought that loop will be drawn here. So it all delta ij greater than 0. Since all delta ij are greater than or equal to 0, the current solution is an optimal solution. Okay, so let me, if I see it is a case of arbitrary assignment, like we have a tie somewhere, so it may happen that we take the allocation somewhere else, then we get the case of loop here. So somehow if I'm getting this same answer, so since the delta ij are greater than 0 for all the non-basic cell, optimal solution has been reached and we get 5300. So this case also becomes the case of without loop. Now let me see for the another question. Hopefully loop will come here and I will tell you how to draw the loop. See, what does this question says? Find the initial solution by NWCR and optimal solution by Modi method. This time he told us that we have to find out the initial solution by NWCR. It may ask for VAM, it may ask for any other method also, LCM, right? So this is the question given to us. As usual, we will first check whether total demand equal to total supply or not. You all can see that total demand is equal to total supply, so the problem is balanced. So now we copy down the question to apply northwest corner rule. See, you all know that to apply northwest corner rule, we first came at the northwest corner of the cell. So my first entry will come here. So the corresponding demand is 5 and the corresponding supply is 15. So minimum of the two will be assigned. So minimum is 5. So I take 5. And since I take 5 from here, I cut it here and 15 minus 5 is 10. Right? Now come to the another northwest corner. This is the northwest corner now. Right? So come to this 2 here. The minimum is of 15 and 10 is 10. So I will put up 10 here. I have taken 10 from here. So put here like this and 5. Right? Now come to this another one cell 7. See, northwest corner rule is very easy to apply. I have made a video on northwest corner. If any one of you doesn't know how to apply northwest corner rule, you can go to that video. Okay. So come to this 7 now. For this 7 we have demand as 5 and supply as 25. So take the minimum. Suppose I take 5 as the minimum, then 5 I have taken from here. So cut it like this and take the difference on the other side. Right? Now the next corner is this one. For this the demand is 15 and the supply is 20. So take the minimum 15. So cut it from here, take the difference on the other side. Right? Now the next corner is this one, 20. So take the minimum of demand and supply corresponding to this 20 here. So it is 5 here, it is 15 here. So I take 5, just cross it, take the difference on the other side. Now the only cell left is this 10. So I will take 10. Okay. So this is how northwest corner rule is being applied. Now we will be calculating the cost according to this. So it is 10 into 5, 2 into 10, 7 into 5, 9 into 15, 20 into 5 plus 18 into 10. So this is giving us 520, right? So now we will apply Modi method on the solution obtained by northwest corner. So I will copy down the question again. No need to copy down supply and demand, just copy down the circles. Okay, 5, 10, 5. So 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 15, 5 and 10. Now the work of NWCR is over. We are now here with Modi method. Okay, so calculate UI and VJs again, right? So wherever you find maximum number of circles, put 0 corresponding to that. See, in S2 row there are 3 circles, so I am putting up 0 here, right? Now calculate VJ. See, come to this 5 circle, Cij is 20, corresponding UI is 0, so 20 minus 0, 20. Come to this 9, 9 minus 0, 9. Come to the circle of 5, cost is 7, 7 minus 0, 7. Come to this circle of 10, the Cij is 2, the corresponding Vj is 7, so 2 minus 7 minus 5. Okay, so this is how we calculate UI. Now come to this 10, Cij is 10, corresponding UI is minus 5, so 10 minus 5, that is 50. So these are my UIs and VJs, right? And come here, this is my circle 10, 18 minus 20, that is minus 2 here, right? So this is how UIs and VJs are being calculated. Now we will see whether we are getting the delta Ijs as positive or negative. Okay, so make the blocks on the non-basic cells like this, this and this. So apply Cij minus UI minus Vj to calculate delta Ij. Okay, so 20, the corresponding UI is minus 5 and the corresponding Vj is 9. So 20 minus 5, 25, 25 minus 9, it is 16. Okay, now come to this 11, 11 minus 5, 11 minus 5 minus the corresponding Vj is 20. So 11 plus 5, 16 minus 20, that is minus 4, right? Now come to this S2M1 cell. So Cij is 12 minus 0, 12, 12 minus 15 minus 3. Okay, now come to this 4. So 4 minus 2, 6 minus 15. Okay, minus 9 here. Now come to this 14. 14 minus 2, 16 minus 7, 9. Now come to this 16. 16 minus 2, 18. 18 minus 9, 9. So you can see that we have delta Ij coming out to be negative in 3 cells. S2M1, S3M1 and this S1M4. See, when we are getting more than one negative cell, okay, we have to choose the most negative delta Ij. Choose the most negative delta Ij, right? See, out of minus 3, minus 9 and minus 4, the most negative is this minus 9. Okay, so now I need to change the pen color. Okay, so this minus 9, I have to do certain things. I do not get the optimal solution here because all delta Ij are not greater than equal to 0. Okay, here delta Ij are not greater than equal to 0. So optimal solution has not been reached and we have to modify our table now. Okay, how to modify? See, this is my -9. I will draw a loop from here. How to draw the loop? You can use only horizontal and vertical lines to draw the loop. Remember that you can use only horizontal and vertical lines to draw the loop, and you can change your direction only at the basic cells. See, what we have to do is we have to draw a loop. Loop means you have to start from this point and come at this point from where you start the loop. See, I can move only over the basic cell. Basic cell means circle. So from here, suppose I go here, right, to 5 because 5 is a circle. Then from 5 I suppose go to 10 because it is also a circle. Okay, from 10 I move to this 5. This is also a circle. Now I can change my direction here. So I go to this 15. Okay, but from 15 I cannot move down because there is no circle. So I have to move further. So I come to this 5. Now since 5 is a circle, I can change my direction. I come down. Now from this 10 I will go to this from where I have started making my loop. So you have to make your loop from the most negative delta ij, and this is the way you have to draw the loop. See, I am explaining it again. Loop means you can draw horizontal and vertical lines. You have to come at the point where you start, and you can change your direction only at the basic cell, right? You cannot change your direction if there is no circle. So first I move up and come to this 5. Since 5 is a basic cell, I can change my direction from vertically. Now I can go horizontally. So I go horizontal here. From 10 I can again change my direction because I have this circle. So from 10 I go to 5. From 5 if I stop at this 15, then I have no other way to come back to S3 M1. So I move further because I can change my direction only at circle. Then come to this 10. From 10 I reach to S3. This is the way you can draw your loop. Okay, if you practice 2-3 questions, you came to know how to draw the loop. See, after drawing the loop, what you have to do is you have to assign plus and minus sign alternately at the corner of the loop. I again repeat, assign plus and minus sign alternately at the corners of the loop. Okay, so starting with a plus sign. See, I started making my loop from here, from this dot. So I assign a plus sign here. Then I move upward at this 5. So I assign a negative sign here. Plus, minus, like this. Then I came to this 10. I change my direction here. Here is the corner of the loop. So I assign plus. Here also I am having the corner. Corner means intersection of horizontal and vertical line. Okay, so minus. I will not assign any sign here. 15 because 15 has only horizontal line. It is not the corner of the loop. So there is no need to assign the sign here. You need to assign the sign at this 5 because at 5 we have both horizontal and vertical line. It is the corner of the loop. I have changed my direction at this point, right? Now come here. At 10 also I have changed my direction. It is the corner of the cell. It is the corner of the loop. So I assign here minus sign. See, if you are drawing your loop correctly, it will automatically plus minus plus minus plus minus, and now here again plus, right? You always need to start making the loop with a plus sign, right? This is how we make a loop. Now after drawing the loop, see what you have to draw up, what you have to do after drawing the loop. What does this loop says? Okay, see, among the negative cells of this loop, choose the smallest one. Okay, smallest number in the circle. See, I have negative at this 5. This is the negative. I have negative here and I have negative here at this 10. So out of 5 out of this 5, let me write down again. See, out of this 5 in the circle, 5 in the circle and 10 in the circle, because here I am having the negative cells, choose the smallest one. Okay, the smallest is 5. You here also it is 5, so you can choose any of the 5. Suppose I selected this 5. Okay, suppose I selected this 5, right? Again repeat this step. After drawing the loop, you see the negative cells where you have given negative sign. Amongst those cells, wherever you find the smallest number in the circle. Okay, the smallest in the circle is 5, 5 and 10. The smallest is 5. 5 is at 2 different places. I choose any one of them, right? What you do is you make the table of Modi method again, because in the next step we will be revising our table. So you make the table of Modi method again. You subtract this 5, the smallest element that you have selected. You subtract this 5 from all the negative cells. You add this 5 at the plus cells. See how I am doing it. See, here I have selected this 5. Okay, so 5 minus 5, 0, this cell goes out, right? Here it is plus sign and there is no cell here. So here in S3 I will be writing down 5, because nothing is written, it means 0 was there. So 0 plus 5 is 5. Now this cell will go off. From wherever you select, that will go off. From wherever you start drawing the loop, that cell will come there. Okay. Now this sign is plus here. So in circle there is 10. So 10 plus 5 is 15. So I will be writing 15 here now. Now come to this 5. Here it is minus. So 5 minus 5, 0. Amongst the negative cell, subtract that value, add plus, you have to add plus. See, 15 is here, no sign is there in this cell, is this 15. So this 15 will remain as it is, because there is no plus and minus, so we will not change it. Now come to this 5. Here this 5 bears plus sign. So plus means plus. 5 plus 5, that is 10. So I will write down 10 here. Now come to this 10. This 10 has negative sign. So 10 minus 5, 5 again. Okay, so this is how you have to make your cells in the loop in the revised table. And if there is any other cell also which is not a part of this loop, then that cell will remain as it is. Okay, so that you can again see that in the previous table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we have 6 circles. In the next table also we have 6 circles. If suppose you get 5 circles, it means you have forgotten to write 1 circle. If suppose you made 7 circle, it means you have made a mistake. So the number of circle will remain same in the whole question, right? I again repeat, what you do is you choose the smallest cell among the negative cells. Here it is 5. I have selected this 5, right? So I will add 5 to all the cells that bears plus sign, and I will subtract 5 from all those cells which bears negative sign. So come to this from where I have started drawing the loop. Here you will assign 5, and wherever you have selected 5, you will drop that cell. 5 minus 5, 0. You will not make it 0, because if you write down 0 there, then one cell will increase. Okay. So now add this 10, we have plus sign. So 10 plus 5, 15. Add this minus, we have negative sign. So 5 minus 5, 0. Add this 15, there is no sign. So 50. We will not change it. Add this 5, we have plus sign. So 5 plus 5, 10. Add this 10, we have a negative sign. So 10 minus 5 is 5. So I get this as my revised table now. Okay. Now see, this is my UI and Vj. Now we'll apply Modi method again. Okay. So how to calculate Modi method, how to use Modi method? Again calculate UI and Vj. You have to apply Modi method till you get all delta ij as 0. If suppose we again get delta ij negative in this table, then we have to apply Modi method, draw the loop again. Okay. So now take 0 anywhere. Okay. Now Cij 20 minus 0, 20, right? So this is my 20 minus 0, 20. So 9 minus 0, 9, 7 minus 0, 7. You have to calculate it over the basic cells only. Now come to this 2, 2 minus 7, minus 5. Now come to another. Suppose I come to this 5. So 18 minus 20, minus 2. Now come to this 4. 4 minus minus 2, 6. This is how we calculate ui and vj as usual we did in the previous questions. So now we calculate delta ij, right? This is, I have to draw these blocks over here. Now we calculate delta ij by using the formula Cij minus ui minus vj corresponding to this delta ij, right? See, 10, this 10 minus corresponding ui is minus 5. So 10 minus minus 5 minus this vj, this 6. So 10 plus 5 minus 6, 15 minus 6, 9. Right, now come to this 20. So 20 minus minus 5 minus 0, 25. So come to this one, 11. Corresponding to this 11, ui is minus 5 and vj is this 20. So 11 minus minus 5. 16 minus 20 is minus 4. Now come to this 12. 12 minus 0, 12. 12 minus 6, 6. Come to this 14. So 14 minus minus 2. This ui corresponding. 16 minus 7, 9. Now come to this 16. 16 minus minus 2, 18 minus 0, 18. See, we again have one negative cell here, right? So we again have this negative. So we do not get the answer because I need to have my all delta ij greater than 0. So again we did not get the answer. What we have to do? We have to make a loop from here. So I start making my loop from here. Just see how I make my loop here. So I have to move only over the basic cells. Suppose I come to this 15 because 15 is a basic cell. If anybody goes down to 10, that is also very much correct, right? Now I come to this 0. Okay, this 0, I can change my direction at this 0. Suppose, see, I cannot go to this 5 because this is diagonal. I cannot do like this. I have to move only over the basic cells, right? So now I can move to this 15. Yes, I can move, but I cannot change my direction from 15 because below 15 there is no basic cell, above 15 there is no basic cell. So I have to proceed further. I come here 10. See, if anybody thinks that from 10 I can go to 5, yes, you can go to 5, but you cannot come back to the cell of from where you start. So it is always good to move above, right? So this is how we can draw the loop from here, right? Now what we have to do is alternatively assign positive and negative sign at the corner, starting with a plus sign from where you start drawing the loop. I again repeat, assign the plus and minus sign alternatively, starting with a plus sign from where you start drawing the loop. I started my loop from 11, so I make a plus over here. Now come to this 15, minus sign. Now again come to this 0. This is my plus sign because I changed my direction. You have to give only at the corner. I will not give any sign to this 15 because I have not changed my direction at 15. I change my direction at this 10. So I will assign, minus sign. Plus, minus, plus, minus. This is how we give the sign to the loop. There is no need to give sign to this 5, no need to give sign to this 5 because they are not the part of the loop. They will remain as it is, right? So this is how we assign plus minus sign. Now how we will modify our table. See, among the negative cells, see what is written in the circle. In one circle it is 10, in another circle it is 15. So choose the smallest one. Smallest one is 10. Okay, so in the next table we will add 10 from where we start, and we will add 10 at the plus sign, and we will remove 10 from where we selected, like this. I have selected 10 from here, I will remove 10 from here, and I will subtract 10 here because here I am having negative sign. See the corresponding changes I am making. See, I will assign 10 because I am making my loop from here. I will subtract 5, 10, 15 minus 10, 5. Now 0 plus 5, 10. I have taken 10. So I will be writing 0 plus 10 equal to 10 here. And here this 15 will not change because I have not assigned any sign here. Now this 10 will go off, right? And these cells will remain unchanged. They will come as it is. Again count the number of cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the above table also we have 6 cells. Here also I am having 6 cells. The number of circles will never change in the whole question. From the beginning till the end it will remain same. Okay. Now we again apply apply Modi method by calculating ui and vj, and we'll see whether I am getting the correct answer or getting the optimal answer or not. See, wherever you want to take 0, take 0. Okay. So then calculate corresponding vj. See, 11 minus 0, 11. Come to this basic cell. Here Cij is 2, corresponding ui is 0, so 2 minus 0, 2. Now come to this Cij, 7. 7, corresponding vj is 2, so 7 minus 2 is 5, so I write down the corresponding ui. Now come to this 9. 9 is Cij, corresponding ui is this 5, so 9 minus 5 is 4. Right? Now come to this cell. Here Cij is 18. 18 minus this corresponding vj 11. It is giving me 7. Now come to this Cij. It is 4. Corresponding ui is 7. 4 minus 7. It is giving me 3. So these are my ui's and vj's. Now I will be calculating the corresponding delta ij for all the non-basic cells. So I make a block like this everywhere. So this is my delta ij. Now see, delta ij is 10 minus corresponding ui, that is 0. The corresponding vj is 3. So 10 minus 0 minus 3. So 10 plus 3 is 30. Okay. Now come to this 20. 20 minus 0, 20. 20 minus 4, 60. Right. Come to this cell. 12. 12 minus 5, 7. 7 minus 3, 10. Come to this 14. 14 minus 7, 7. Minus 2, 5. Come to this 16. 16 minus 7, 9. 9 minus 4, 5. Come to this cell. 20. 20 minus 5, 15. 15 minus this vj 11, that is 4. Since all delta ij are greater than equal to 0 now, so this is the optimal solution. Okay, so I write down, since delta ij is greater than 0 for all the non-basic cells, the above solution is an optimal solution. And this time the cost is coming out to be rupees 435. You all can see the cost given to us by northwest corner rule is 520. Now the cost reduces to 435, because whenever we have to make this loop, it indicates that some cost can be reduced. How much cost can be reduced at each iteration? You all can see it. See, come to this table. It is a simple observation here. In this table, I have drawn this delta loop from this delta ij, that is minus 9. Just see here, this one minus 9. This minus 9 indicates, this delta ij equal to minus 9 indicates that 9 rupees per unit cost can be reduced. Right? See how much cost is reduced. I have selected the minimum of negative cells as 5 in this table. So 9 into 5 equal to 45. In the next table, the cost will reduced by 45 rupees. Right? So you all can see that if I calculate my cost in this table, see, cost in this table will be 15 into 2, 30, plus 9 15s are 135, plus 20 into 10, 200, plus 4 5s are 20, 18 5s are 90. You all can, let me calculate this value. 30 plus 135 plus 200 plus 20 plus 90. This is giving me 475. Okay. See, earlier the cost given by NWCR is 520. After first iteration, when we make the loop, it is giving 520. It is giving me 475. So you can see 520 minus 475. 475. This is giving me 45. So my cost reduces by 45 rupees. I again repeat this. Just see here. When I make the loop, I start making my loop from this here. I start making my loop from this point where the delta ij is minus 9. Right? So minus 9 means 9 rupees per unit cost can be reduced. And how much cost will be reduced? See, 9 multiplied by whatever number in the circle you select. I select 5. I make a circle of 5 here. So 9 into 5 is 45. So 45 rupees per and the cost will be reduced in the next table. Okay. So this is my next table. Now see how much cost will be reduced in the next table. See in this, when I make a loop like this, I make this loop from this delta ij. This delta ij is minus 4. So it means 4 rupees per unit cost can be reduced. How much cost will be reduced? See, I have selected 10 from the negative cells. The smallest one is this 10. I have selected this 10. So 4 into 10 equal to 40. So next, in the next table, 40 rupees cost will be reduced. See, I get the cost as 435. Earlier it was 475. When I subtract 40 rupees, see, I get 435. So this is how the table cost is being reduced in each table of Modi method. Okay. So this is the case of loop when we have do not get the answer in the first iteration, and we have to make the loop unless and until we get the optimal solution by delta ij greater than equal to 0. So this is a long video of Modi method. In the subsequent videos also I will be doing the cases of loop and different other cases of Modi method, like unbalanced transportation problem, alternate optimal solutions. There also you will get the practice of this Modi method. Okay, so watch my next video also for this. I am making 4-5 more videos on Modi method, right? So this is the question for you. You have to practice this question. Find the initial solution by VAM and optimal solution by Modi method. All of you please take the screenshot of these two questions and try it at home and find out whether you are getting the correct answer or not. You can comment in the comment box if in case of any query, or if you want to ask anything from me. So this is how the Modi method is to be done. Now look forward for my next video on Modi method.